So, you want to be a millionaire. So do I. So does everyone else, I think. I'm sure we all want to wake up one day and see those 7 digits in our bank account and just go spend it all on all the things that we want to. And probably the easiest and the best way to do that is to go take 350, give it to a tuber, and I'm sure you'll end up on iBullet. For the rest of us, that's what this channel is for. My name is Baum Gemane, and this is Pro MG Money. Welcome. So, if I was a diligent YouTuber, like I hope to be, and I made a channel intro, it would have come in there. If not, Aluta continua. So basically what this channel is going to be about is personal finance. So to sum it up, a mini Nicolette Machine channel. So the financial bunny, or maybe I'll be the financial rat. Alex, pretty much. That's what I'm going for, the financial rat, because we're not going to use methods that are the easiest. We're not going to use things that are generally used by other people. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of patience, but I guarantee you, if you actually follow along with me in the things that we do, you take it slow, you don't expect things to happen in a hurry, I'm sure that we'll all eventually get there, because I think that's the biggest thing that you need to know about money. Slow money, I think, takes longer to run out, whereas quick money is quick to run out. We've all watched iBullet, we've all seen the stories of how people literally leave the lotto offices and start spending all the way till they drink their last drag to the bottom of a bottle. And the lesson from that everyone needs to learn is that real millionaires or multimillionaires who actually worked to get their money tend to keep it for longer. And even people who inherited millions, they're able to keep their millions longer because they're also taught, there's a general mindset that you actually to have when you're a millionaire and when you're dealing with large sums of money. I know for a fact right now, if someone was to slap R1,000,000 on my table right now, I'd go straight to Joburg City Auto, order myself a young BMW, and that would be most of my money gone. Whereas someone who's grown up around money, who isn't ruled by money as per se, or who isn't dumbstruck by the fact of lots of money being in front of them, I feel as though they would spend that million a lot smarter than what most of us would do. So that's pretty much what this channel is about. I'm going to show you the steps that I'm taking towards becoming a millionaire. We're going to speak a lot about things like compound interest, about inflation, and how all of those things can eventually help us to be a millionaire, because truth be told, if this takes us 5 years, what R1,000,000 is today on the 7th of July 2020, then that same R1,000,000 won't be worth what it will be the day that we finally get there. So along the way, we will try to adjust for inflation, and there will be things that I will do to sort of demonstrate this, but you won't get a full view of everything. I'll just give sort of an overview of what I do have or what I have done. So stay tuned for that. Now, because I'm a financial gundwanya, I need to echo the financial bunny and say none of my videos constitutes as official financial advice. If you do want financial advice, please go look for someone who's registered with the FSCA. Just for safety buffet too. I don't think you should be copying a random person on the internet. There are other people who can help you to do it. But one day I would actually make a video about some of these financial professionals, or what I think about them, because it's not all cut and dry as everything is or would be. So, just a bit of an introduction. I am basically a 25-year-old male from a black middle-class family, I think, who have all of their needs and quite a lot of our wants covered. So I wouldn't say that I'm particularly privileged, or I come from a rich family or anything like that, but I am what they would call a cheese boy in some circles. What that means is that I've been exposed to money, or money is around me, but with myself having black parents, these conversations are quite taboo. You don't really speak about money in the house, but it's always an issue. I think as well, I also grew up in a house where numerous times, and I've actually found this with other black families, that your parents are, for some or whatever reason, unemployed or not employed for a period of time. So my relationship with money up until this point, I think, has been not a poisonous or a bad one, but I think I've been a person who spends my money as soon as it comes in. I mean, what I'm earning currently, I think, is what most 25-year-old professionals would be earning. So Not a lot of money, but enough money that I can buy a few things for myself and pretty much be independent and self-sufficient. So pretty much just a little bit of background on my money and how things have gone on with my life with regards to money. Now, the main series that we want to actually start on this channel is something that I think stems from the fact that I'm an African male who lives more specifically in South Africa. And if you live in South Africa, you know from the age that you're a man, when you're considered a man, there's just this inherent pressure on you to get married. And being indigenous South African man, getting married is involved in something called Lobola, which is essentially paying a dowry to the bride's family to ask for the hand in marriage, or to ask for a woman's hand in marriage rather. And maybe one day we'll also speak about that and is it really necessary. But the main premise of the main series that I want to have on this channel is about how I've decided that in the next 2 years I would like to pay Lobola, and based on that I'm going to strategically start putting away money and investing it in companies, such to the point that we can grow our money by almost about 200% at the end of that time. And you can ask yourself, how do you plan on getting 200%? Well, we're going to invest this in the stock market. We're going to choose a whole portfolio of shares, go through them, and also with the power of compound interest, actually grow that money from about 12,000 Rand in total of contributions to be about 36,000 Rand, which I don't know if that's enough or it isn't, but that's pretty much how much I'm looking at. And who this is for, I don't think the internet will ever know, but Zwane, stop playing. So what we're going to do, we're going to take 500 Rand and we're going to put it into a trading account every month for 2 years. With that, we're going to try and grow the money, like I said before, to about 36,000 Rand. That's where I also got the 12,000 Rand calculation for. If you take 500 times it by 24, you'll get to about 12,000 Rand. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So how we plan on doing this is we're probably going to take about 500 Rand every month for 24 months, which will end up being about 12,000 Rand, and essentially use that to invest into companies. We're going to do a little bit of research here and there, but I want to show you just the power of compound interest. I want to show you why it's so important that you start to invest, and you invest as soon as possible with any and anything that you have. 500 Rand is just one of the accounts that I have for trading. Maybe on a monetary policy video, like I'm a country. But yeah, maybe the day I go over how much money I've saved or how I'm investing, you'll get to see how I've tried to sort of diversify my portfolio. But I think that's also another thing that we'll cover during these coming weeks, things like diversification, things like what to look for in a company, how to pick a stock, things like the platform that you should be trading on, because there is a really popular platform on YouTube and on social media that claims to be easy. I'm not sure if that's the best, but I think we'll go over all of them because I have tried to use some. And then we'll also speak about other things like your unit trusts, policies that you get from financial advisors and all of those things. Just go over each of them and see what is the best, what could work for you, what might not work for you, and try to sort of formulate a trading plan for each and every person according to their needs and their risk appetite, because that's actually another thing that you need to take into consideration. Just because we're investing this money into companies does not mean that we can't lose all of this money. And I think that's the number one thing that you need to attach and associate in your mind, is that there is risk with these things. There are Steinhoffs out there. There are companies where on the surface things look good, the numbers might make sense, they're making all of the right noises in the news, but in the background there's someone who is doing some shady things, and that company could go bust. So always keep in mind that with this there are risks associated, and that's why now we're going back to what I spoke about earlier. You need to diversify your portfolio. So we will go over that throughout these coming weeks. I think let's go over it. Let's see what. So I opened and started an account December 2019, and I've been putting about 500 Rand every month. So currently we're sitting on about a total contribution of about 4,000 Rand. And so far the account balance, the ZAR account, is actually sitting at $3,132. The USD account is sitting at $244.88, which is about 4,188 Rand as of today, whenever today is, which gives us a total of 7,324 Rand. The total profit we're sitting on is about 3,320 Rand, which gives us pretty much a profit of about 83%. Now that is quite good, and it's because we've been in some turbulent times currently with the whole virus going around, and with that, I think it's presented a lot of opportunities. A lot of companies in the stock market were down, were like really down, and I think during that time I was able to take advantage of those downtimes. And I think that's one of the things that we need to learn, or that we're going to learn throughout this journey, is that sometimes when a company is down, it's not the right time to buy. When it's down for a reason, and you just need to leave it there. But other times when companies are down, that's a great opportunity. You're essentially buying a company on sale when things are down, particularly if you've done your research, all of the underlying numbers are okay, and you feel confident about that company, then you're buying them on sale. But if not, also don't be afraid to get into a company just because the price might be a bit too high. If you think that it's a company that's really good, that's going to continue to grow, or maybe it might even yield some dividends, I would say don't hesitate, invest in that company, because the opportunity cost that you've lost by sitting on the sidelines waiting for something to happen, I think is far greater than the money that you might have lost had you have not taken the stock, only to find that the stock 1x or 2x or 3x or whatever the case might be. So get started as soon as you can, and let's go over this. Now, the key thing I want you to take away from this as I make my way out is that you need to start investing today. I think you actually need to stop this video, go open up an account with one of the many options that you have, and just get started. I think the sooner you start, the better, and that's one of the big things I'm going to preach, because compound interest really does. And if you take that, add it to maybe a few dividend yielding companies, you can really grow your portfolio in a matter of time. So you can like this video, you can share this video, you can subscribe, you can do all of the things, but we are going to continue making money. One last thing I'll say, just as a parting gift to you, just be wary of people on the internet who tell you that they're making money. I plan on making a video about Forex and Forex trading, where we'll go into this a bit more depth, but just be wary of people, because there's a lot of false prophets out there who are claiming to be making money using some of these methods, where in reality they aren't. So just be wary of anyone on the internet who tells you something, even someone in person. Be wary, because we're all living some sort of lie to someone. This has been your boy, Pro MG.